Mexico City's mayor, Claudia Sheinbaum, delivered a sharp rebuke to Donald Trump's accusation of an intolerable alliance between the Mexican government and drug cartels, turning the tables with a counter-accusation of U.S. complicity in the drug trade. Sheinbaum's response, delivered during a Thursday morning press conference, directly addressed Trump's allegation, framing it not as a condemnation of Mexico, but as a reflection of a larger, binational problem demanding a collaborative, rather than accusatory, solution. Sheinbaum's statement underscored the reciprocal nature of the drug trade, asserting that the United States, too, harbors criminal elements deeply involved in the flow of narcotics into Mexico and beyond. Her pointed question, otherwise, who would distribute fentanyl in the cities of the United States, highlighted the hypocrisy inherent in Trump's singular focus on Mexico's internal struggles. The statement served as a forceful challenge to the simplistic narrative often promoted by the former U.S. president. This counteroffensive was strategically timed, following a report revealing a staggering 450% increase in arrests of U.S. citizens for organized crime-related offenses in Mexico during the tenure of Andrés Manuel López Obrador, Sheinbaum's predecessor. This statistic, a compelling piece of evidence, underpins Sheinbaum's argument that the problem transcends national borders and necessitates a joint effort to dismantle the criminal networks involved. Sheinbaum's call for collaboration wasn't a mere rhetorical flourish. She directly urged Washington to take proactive steps, emphasizing the need for the United States to address its own internal issues related to drug trafficking. She didn't shy away from demanding accountability, stating explicitly, "The United States needs to do its job in the U.S. to make the arrests that need to be made in order to halt the trafficking of drugs in its own country." This assertive stance challenged the notion that Mexico bears sole responsibility for the flow of narcotics into the United States. The Trump administration's history of aggressive rhetoric towards Mexico regarding drug trafficking provided the backdrop for Sheinbaum's response. Trump's repeated attacks, particularly focusing on the flow of fentanyl, even reaching the point of designating certain Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, created an envy. His threats to impose a 25% tariff on all Mexican goods, citing the drug trade and migrant flows as justification, only fueled tensions and solidified the need for a robust response from the Mexican government. Sheinbaum's agreement to deploy an additional 10,000 National Guard troops to the U.S.-Mexico border, while seemingly a concession, was made within the context of these escalated tensions and can be viewed as a strategic move aimed at mitigating Trump's threats, rather than an admission of guilt. Beyond the core issue of drug trafficking, Sheinbaum also used the press conference to address another point of contention between Mexico and the United States. She highlighted the ongoing dispute with Google Maps over its decision to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America, a move widely believed to have been influenced by Trump. This seemingly minor detail served as a subtle reminder of the broader pattern of what Sheinbaum perceived as U.S. overreach and disregard for Mexican sovereignty, reinforcing her narrative of a need for respectful, collaborative dialogue rather than unilateral accusations. The inclusion of this detail demonstrates a calculated effort to frame the broader relationship between the two countries within a context of consistent, albeit often subtle, U.S. actions undermining Mexican interests. The correspondence exchanged between the Mexican government and Google further underscores the Mexican government's proactive engagement in addressing this perceived slight and underscores their commitment to protecting their national identity. Sheinbaum's inclusion of this seemingly unrelated topic effectively broadened the scope of her critique, subtly suggesting a pattern of U.S. actions that undermine Mexican interests and require a firmer diplomatic response. The overall tone of Sheinbaum's address indicates a calculated move towards shifting the narrative and challenging the often unilateral accusations levied against Mexico. Her counter-accusations, bolstered by statistical data, successfully redirect attention to the shared responsibility in combating transnational crime and emphasize the need for genuine collaboration rather than unilateral blame.